Dum dee da dum dee dum. Greetings, everyone. Today I'm going to play a tune from a few years ago and play it slowly for you and talk about it a little bit. This is a tune that's called Lake Effect. It goes like this. Oops. There we go. Loosen that up a bit. So I really don't even really remember writing this tune, or how did I come up with this pattern of notes. So I'm going to say this: it's not exactly Irish, and yet for some reason I continued on my merry way of writing this very simple melody because there was something there that I was liking. I think if it's any way related to Irish music, it's almost like a hornpipe with all the dottedness taken out of it. So if I think of a hornpipe like the Boys of Blue Hill, if I play my tune with that kind of dottedness, you can hear that, yeah, I could almost call this a hornpipe. So it's smoothed everything out. The notes are not hard themselves, but there's some nice things I can do with the notes, and you can do with the notes. One time I talked about really not wanting to even know the name of anything I did, but I asked a class one time, what is this? And somebody said, it's a mordant. And you can see why I didn't care to even know the names of what I was doing. But this idea of going as kind of an ornament. So if I take my first part of this tune that I just played for you, and even just make the first finger a mordant instead of just a straight ahead, let's say a quarter note in this position. And I change that first note to this. And because it's going rather slowly, this tune, at least at this pace, what I played to begin with, just to show the melody, you also use that mordant on the eighth note, A, first finger on the G string, so that you could do this. And you could carry on like that, and let's see if you can hear them as I do them. So I'm going, but I'm doing it really close to my fingerboard. If I wanted to, I could actually shift all of those so that they were actually rolls. I can go. And But I really like using this little type of an ornament. So let me play the entire tune one more time. And this time I'm just going to randomly throw a few of these in. But you'll hear that, that I use these a lot in my playing. So I can go. So I'm using very few this time. And I can decide to go heavier on them. Get rid of them again. In other words, they can be there and they don't have to be there. I was writing down, what else did I want to say about this? So I really, I enjoyed doing this. And when I'm playing the tune again, it occurs to me to say to you that that I can use double stops to really to tell the listener what I'm hearing. And a lot of what I'm hearing are these kinds of fifths. And what else can I tell you? So another example of this tune with double stops in is that I can go or decide to just hold onto that G string. I've gone up to the A to just be it's so interesting, even as I'm just playing this here for you, and I've played this tune many times, it's just so enjoyable, and I started thinking, oh, maybe I could try something else too. So once you get a tune, then you can start looking at those ornament ideas. I love that one. Again, they could have all been rolls. They could have all been a grace note to a triplet, like so I'm not starting with the A. I'm going. Hopefully that makes sense. So really never changed this melody very much before I handed it to an old friend whose name is Evan Price, who was a great Scottish and Irish fiddle player, but also a great jazz player. And at the time, he was in a group that's called the Turtle Island Quartet. And I asked Evan if he would ever come up with an arrangement that included a hornpipe before this one that's called Catherine Kelly's. I think there might be a few different names for that slip jig, but I asked Martin Hayes back in the day, what did he call it? And he thought it was Catherine Kelly's, named after John and James Kelly's mom or grandmother, one or the other. And then this tune, and he took that, and he took his jazz-informed quartet and dove into an arrangement. And I guess I'm thinking of this today because some of the tunes that I've shared with you all over the last 3 or 4 months are now slipped into what's going to be a quartet, only this time arranged by a great fiddle player, Jeremy Kittle. And I may have mentioned this before, but it's going to be performed on the 15th of September out at the Rockport Celtic Festival. That's Rockport, Massachusetts, by the Rasa Quartet, with me along for the ride, and Jeremy Kittle will be there as well. I'll put a link to that festival in case any of you are out that direction. And I can't share the quartet beforehand, but I will share it after the 15th. And in the meantime, let me share what Evan Price did for the tune I just played for you, Lake Effect, with the Turtle Island String Quartet. So here's that tune one more time. I guess I will play it maybe once in this key. But fiddle players, it can go up the next string, and E minor, or some mode. So it might be a little more possible for the flutes to be happy there. So here we go, twice through, and I'll slip up to that key for the second time. be brave, be bold, and follow that muse wherever your tune might start. And I think it's really worth it to follow it to its logical conclusion, whether anybody else plays it or not. It's good for you, and yeah, good for the soul. All right, till next time.